You're getting ready to go back to the States. You've been down with us for a couple weeks. You came for opiate dependency. Can you tell me a little bit about what your experience was coming and doing the ibogaine here at the Dream House?
It was a really good experience. I didn't know what to expect. All I really knew was that it was technically classified as a psychedelic, which I was a little bit scared of because, you know, using opiates, I didn't really want my mind to be opened. I was all about like shutting my mind down, and I was really nervous about it. But I had heard from first-hand experiences that it was not like acid or, you know, DMT where you freak out, or even like mushrooms, that it was just really, really gentle, and, you know, you just kind of wake up and are detoxed without going through withdrawal. And that's what happened. Some people have visions and see like a lot of ants, you know, are able to, since in addition to opiates, I was taking like sleeping pills. I kind of slept through it, but the end result was that when I woke up, I wasn't physically dependent on all of the substances that I had been, you know, like, I did what it was supposed to.
You were on a lot of benzodiazepines also. Are you still taking any benzos at this time?
No, I had to wean off of them, and even like during the process and a little bit afterwards, I had to wean down for the sake of safety. But now I haven't needed any Valium or anything for I think the past 3 days. Okay. And I'm not getting like 8 hours of, you know, of sleep, but I've heard that that's normal. And I don't feel tired during the day. I get, even if I get like 4 or 5 hours is what I'm kind of like getting, and I feel pretty, you know, I mean, really energetic compared to before, because I'm not all like, you know, dopey.
During the ibogaine, did it really address, did you have any discomfort?
No, I didn't get nauseous. I didn't feel any pain, no muscular spasms, or not any stomach pain or anything. No nausea. No physical pain. When I first woke up the next morning, I was still emotionally confused, but I knew that physically I was clean. And that made me realize that something like incredible had happened, to go from being like so full of opiates and other substances to go like in that short of a time to suddenly like not having them in your system and not have been sick at all. I was surprised at how easy it was.
And did you like being here at the Dream House?
Yeah, this house is beautiful. I mean, for how much it costs to stay here for 2 weeks, I feel like almost guilty about it, you know. It's a beautiful environment. It's like paradise. And the staff, you like the staff? Yeah, everyone's great. It's not like any other treatment center. You don't feel like you're in a clinical environment. It's just so laid back. I mean, the staff is just like people that I would hang out with at home, except really healthy and, you know, nurturing, and, you know, it's not like, the attention isn't intrusive at all. You can just do your own thing, come and go as you please, as long as you don't, you know, come back with any substances, which after the treatment you really don't even want to anymore. Like, even if I was down in going to downtown area or by the beach, and this never happened, but in theory, if someone had approached me with, you know, a sale of like opiates or pills, I wouldn't have even wanted it. I mean, I could have gone into a pharmacy, I'm sure, and bought pills. From what I've heard, that's like a really easy thing to do down here. And I was thinking that, like, you know, beforehand I was thinking you know, I hope I don't do that, because like that's what something that I would always be looking for is like benzos at home. And after the treatment, I wanted to stop using them, and the only reason I ever took them was just to wean down safely, not because I, you know, like I was always aware that if I asked for one, I would be given one, because, you know, the staff would take my word on it if I said, oh, you know, I'm like in withdrawal from the benzos and I need one, and I always knew like I could have taken one just to get high, but I wanted to get off of them after the ibogaine.
And you feel strong to go home?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I feel sad about leaving, but I feel confident about going through the whole process at the airport. I never would have gotten on an airplane without being like really high before. You know, I've been always kind of a little scared of flying, and used that as a justification for just getting really, really messed up before the flight, to the point where I would get confused and like, you know, possibly miss it or something, which happened on the way down. And I'm like not worried about that happening at all this time, not just because they're dropping me off there, but.
And you worked with, we did your primary treatment, and then we did a little follow-up treatment, and then we worked with, we did another treatment working with the total alkaloid medicine. What was that experience like?
Well, the alkaloid medicine I found a little bit milder, but it definitely had the same sensation of like being like kind of like opening up my mind and like making me think about like things that were suppressed, you know, bringing it out, and like in a way where you're not afraid to think about it. You're not afraid of like, you know, crying if you think about something sad, because you know that it's only temporary and that it's just part of life.
And you think that was beneficial to have that additional treatment?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because the sleeping pills kind of made me like sleep through the first big treatment, and I felt the first booster like 10 times more than the big treatment at the Dream House, because the first time my body was like so toxified, and like my mind was so like tired from the pills that I wasn't aware of like the changes that were going on, or I wasn't able to really like communicate with the medicine. Whereas like after it got all of those toxins out of my system, and also I was like already had like the ibogaine kind of like stays in your system and keeps working slowly. I heard for like up to 3 months. So yeah, the first booster was pretty intense. The second booster with the new medicine was like less intense, but it was still beneficial. I'm glad that I had like another little like reminder before, like I just did the second booster I think yesterday or the day before, and I'm glad that I'm leaving with that like reminder of, you know, how like really good and like monumental this medicine is.
Well, thank you, Gabrielle, and it's been a real been a real pleasure working with you, and just wish the best for your future, and stay in touch.
I will. Thank you for asking.